What's up, Deluxe? Deluxe in the building. Everyone hit the like button, man. 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 Got a great show for you guys tonight, man. Everyone hit the like button, man. They've been fucking with my numbers a little lately, man. They've been fucking with my numbers lately, man. They've been fucking with my numbers lately, man. You goddamn YouTube streets, man. Salute everybody out there, man. Hit the like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Say my subs up, going up dramatically. Let me check that out, man. Let me check out if my subs is going up dramatically. Whoa. Let me see if my subs are going up dramatically, man. Everyone hit the like button. Let's see if the subs is going up dramatically. So I got 674 subs this month. That's 396 more. Yo, 396% more. Yo, think about it, man. That's like a good day for our competitors. For our competitors, man, when I say competitors, I'm not saying like I'm competing with these guys, but other black channels that kind of like in this lane. I'm not talking about CT or Black Gen Z, but other bigger channels. That's a good day. That's a bad day for them, actually. This is 396% more than I usually get. 300. So I mean, I guess, you know, I guess, I guess. That's facts, Joe Curry. That's 100% facts. You ain't never lied. Um, but I mean, I guess I'm getting more subs. That number right there, that's what I should be getting every day. I should be getting that many new subs every day, but they stifling me, man. They stifling me. Caitlyn ain't losing. Her coaches losing. Her coaches, yo. Certain teams, you can see why they had the first pick. You can see why. They're a terrible run organization. They're arrogant. One thing about the Indiana Fever, to be so bad, and I'm gonna go in on the Indiana Fever tomorrow, but I'm gonna just leave it at this because I do live streams about Caitlyn on my other channel, or Ock Nation TV. I'm gonna just leave it like this. No, you know what? Tune in tomorrow on Ock Nation TV. I'm gonna do a live stream about it. God, those girls are stupid. They're stupid. These girls are stupid. They don't even look for Caitlyn. You said, yeah, I mean, those guys are getting shadow banned. CT goes live for like 10 hours a day and he can't get no. How do you go live for 10 hours a day and don't increase your followers dramatic? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's clearly being shadow banned. So is Gen Z. Yeah, man. I'm not the only one being shadow banned. I never said that. I never said that I was the only one being shadow banned. I never said that. I never said I was the only one being shadow banned. I'm very aware that Gen Z and CT are being shadow banned. I'm very aware of that. A lot going on, man. There's a lot going on today, man. Let me get into it, man. You said Ock doesn't understand female nature. Who wants to tell him, man? This guy says Ock doesn't understand female nature. Who wants to tell him, man? Who wants to tell him? Who wants to tell him? Who wants to tell him, man? Yeah, I like that one. Nah, that's too much. Yeah, right there. Who wants to tell him, man? um, New York correction officer shares racist biscuits and gravy post about Georgia jail. They're literally investigating. They're doing an investigation. They're doing an investigation into this tweet by this guy because because it's allegedly racist. Look at these. Look at this post he did. Look at this post this white guy made, man. They're calling this racist. They're calling this racist, yo. Everyone hit the like button, man. Every single one of you hit the like button, man. They're calling this racist. Salute to Tracy Jones. I wish I knew why. I can't get this anywhere else. Nah, man. It ain't happening, man. Shout out to Pamela Henderson. Pamela Henderson coming through once again. So the implication is that only black people eat biscuits and gravy. And let's just say that that's true. Let's just say Cracker Barrel doesn't exist. Let's just say white people before slavery don't exist. Let's just pretend that like white people didn't invent biscuits and gravy when black people was in the bush eating fucking bush meat and shit. When black people was eating bush meat. Okay? Let's pretend that, right? Let's say that only black people eat biscuits and gravy. This still ain't racist. It's just an observation. Even if black people were the only ones that, even if Cracker Barrel didn't exist, even if Cracker Barrel didn't exist, even if Cracker Barrel didn't exist, God dog. You know all them fat girls is in there giving them cheeks up to them inmates, man. You know that, man. Them fat girls is giving them cheeks up. Them cheeks and them checks. Them fat girls giving up cheeks and checks, man. People starting to get tired of black Twitter, but white people just weird, man. They got bandwidth for this shit, man. I don't know how y'all got the bandwidth for this shit. George Floyd is trending, man. Did y'all know that George Floyd was trending today? George Floyd is trending today, man. I don't know why, man. I'm trying to figure out why he's trending. What did he do, man? Is it he's been clean for so long? Is it the fact he's been clean for so long? The other day was Michael Brown's 28th birthday. Now we got George Flizzoid, man. Floyd been clean for 4 years, man. What's the date? No, the day of his ascension to sainthood is coming up though. The anniversary of his ascension into sainthood is coming up, man. That's why. Okay.
It's been a rough ride. When I came here today, I almost had an emotional breakdown because it reminded me the day that George Floyd got killed. Where they get you to lay the flowers at, and the red represent the blood, and the white represent the purification that George Floyd died for us, each and every last one of us. Had no George Floyd died, we wouldn't be here. God chose him. He was a chosen vessel. Many are called, but few are chosen.
Yo, something wrong with black women. Yo, black women, something is wrong with them, man. Something is wrong with black women. Something is wrong with black women, man. Let's break it down, man.
It's been a rough ride.
It's been a rough ride. Since George Floyd died, you've literally gotten everything you asked for. Press one. It's been such a rough ride. Since George Floyd died, you literally got everything you've asked for. There's been nothing that you guys asked for that you didn't get. Now if that's been rough, then that's on you because you asked for it.
When I came here today, I almost had an emotional breakdown.
So when she came here to wherever George Floyd, mm, this George Floyd landmark, she almost had an emotional breakdown.
Because it reminded me the day that George Floyd got killed. Where they get you to lay the flowers at, and the red represent the blood, and the white represent the purification that George Floyd died for us.
George Floyd died for a counterfeit $20 bill. George Floyd died. George Floyd died for us. Yo, this is worship, man. They're worshiping George Floyd now.
Each and every last one of us.
Each and every last one of us. He died for our sins, man.
Had no George Floyd died, we wouldn't be here. God chose him. He was a chosen vessel. Many are called, but few are chosen.
Listen, man. George Floyd, man. Look at this shit. Look at this through the years, man. Let me make this bigger, man, so that y'all can see how crazy this is, man. Pause. Yo, black murder rate was pretty low for us. Look how it skyrocketed after Michael Brown. Look how it skyrocketed after Michael Brown. Then it started to go down. Yo, look at Floyd, man. Think about it. They love Floyd, right? They love Floyd, right? Floyd is the greatest thing that ever happened to black people, right? Look, man, we was doing pretty good, man. 20 years. Look, yeah, man, we for us, man. We were doing good for us. We weren't doing good for a normal group of people, but for us, we were doing really good, man. We were doing really good for us. Everyone hit that like button. Everyone smashed that like button, man. I think we were doing pretty good. Between 20 and 18 is pretty good for us. Now it's impossible. Like the other races combined can't reach us, okay? Listen. 21 per 100,000. The other races combined couldn't match that if it was a purge. But still, for us, that was pretty good. Let's see how it transpired through the years. So these are the George Bush years. These are the racist George Bush years. George Bush don't like black people. These are the racist George Bush years. Let's see what happened during the racist George Bush years. Oh man, 2001, 2002. Oh man, it was going down. It started going down the George Bush second term, man. Maybe we're worshiping the wrong George. Press 1, man. We worshiping the wrong George, man. We're worshiping the wrong George, yo. We're worshiping the wrong George, man. Look how our murder rate went down, man, during George Bush presidency, man. It started to go back up a little bit, but it's leveling off. Here comes that black president. It's 2008, man. Here comes Obama, man. Come on, Obama. Okay. Yo, that shit went down to like black people was happy, man. We was happy, man. We had a brother in the White House, man. Even though 18 is a ridiculous number per 100,000 for a race. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. It's low for us. Salute, Obama. First term Obama. Shout out to first term Obama. Trayvon. It's 2012. We got Trayvon. If I had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin. Oh man, Obama Obama had that thing down to 1793, man. Damn. I didn't know Obama was doing things like that, man. Shout out. Shout out. Shout out. Okay, here come Michael Brown. Yikes. Michael Brown. Uh-oh. Freddie Gray. Okay. But it started to drop again. Shout out to Trump. Trump was bringing it back down. Look at Trump bringing it back down, you know. But, 22, the damage had already been done with Freddie Gray. And let's see what happens after Floyd. Look at what happened after Floyd, man. Look at what happens after Floyd. Look at what happens after Floyd. God. Woo. This is a funny ass troll account right here. Racist, man. That's a troll account, man. Everyone hit the like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Smiggity smash that like button, man. Let's go.
Today. You missed your high school graduation. You started college just as George Floyd was murdered. And there was a reckoning on race. It's natural to wonder if democracy you hear about actually works for you. What is democracy? If black men are being killed in the street, what is democracy? The trail of broken promises still leave black communities behind. What is democracy? You have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot. Most of all, what does it mean, as we've heard before, to be a black man who loves his country, even if it doesn't love him back in equal measure?
Yo, as a black kid, I did grow up hearing that we got to work twice as hard. I heard that bullshit. I heard twice as hard. This motherfucker said 10 times as hard. Yo, he really need these votes, man. He really needs these votes. Because every black person know that their parents say, you got to work twice as hard. This motherfucker said 10 times as hard. Black people have to work 10 times as hard as white people.
If black men are being killed in the street, what is democracy? The trail of broken promises still leave black communities behind. What is democracy? You have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot.
You have to be 10 times. Well, listen, in my case, that might be true. Press 1. In my case, that might be true. But aside from that, man, listen, man. Aside from that, yo, my man said you got to be 10 times better than everyone else to get a fair shake if you're a black man. Everyone hit the like button, man. Everyone smash that like button, man. I'm trying to get to 250, man. I'm trying to get to 2 nifty, man. Oh, man. You've got to be twice as good as an Asian. No, my bad. 10 times as good as an Asian to get into the math program at MIT. That's messed up, man. I got to be 10 times as good as an Asian to get into the MIT math program, honors program. It's just not fair, man. It's just not fair. It's just not fair.
Most of all, what does it mean, as we've heard before, to be a black man who loves his country, even if it doesn't love him back in equal measure? Today.
Jesus Christ, man. Shout out to Nick Javon, man. He said, yo, the black murder rate is always astronomically high, but we had it good, relatively speaking. There will never be parity with the other races. Nah, man. We the goats of killing, man. When it comes to killing, man, listen, man, when it comes to killing,
also tonight, a guilty verdict almost as fast as the trial started for a man convicted now in 3 murders, 2 in Virginia Beach and 1 in Norfolk.
Wow. Him by himself, man. Yo, by himself, man. He outdid, I think he might have outdid Gliders for the week so far, man. By himself. By himself. Homie got 3 bodies by himself.
Also tonight, a guilty verdict almost as fast as the trial started for a man convicted now in 3 murders, 2 in Virginia Beach and 1 in Norfolk. Cola Beal was found guilty this afternoon of first-degree murder in a Norfolk courtroom. It follows 2 convictions in Virginia Beach. 10 of your side's Chris Horn covered this latest trial that was decided quickly. Chris?
Yeah, Tom, we went from jury selection to a verdict in essentially a day and a half. Even the defense admitted that Cola Beal killed his cousin, Downing McLean. It was just a matter of what verdict would come back, murder 1, murder 2, or manslaughter, for a man the Commonwealth's attorney here in Norfolk is calling very violent. Cola Beal had already killed 2 people in March 2022, his own girlfriend and the man he considered his father.
3 murders is infinitely worse than 1 murder, which is itself unimaginably bad.
Beal and cousin Downing McLean were in an apartment on Sewell's Point Road after the first 2 killings. Beal told investigators McLean was drunk, crazy, and belligerent, and warned his cousin, "If I shoot you, you're not going to sit down, you're going to lay down." Beal gave McLean a 10-second warning, a 5-second warning, and then carried through with his threat. He used his 9mm pistol to shoot McLean once in the mouth and once in the back.
Mr. Beal was very violent. And he himself said in the interviews that he did with the local media that had he not been arrested, he would have killed again. Mr. Beal is a danger to the community.
Beal confessed to investigators as well as the local media. Fadahi gave more weight to Beal's confession than other murder confessions because it explained details.
Yes, I did it, but it's not a confession. Yes, I did it, and here's why, like we see in this case, is, and it's frankly pretty rare.
There were 3 other people.
Look at this shit, man. They keeping me. They won't even let me get 200 viewers now, man. They keeping me. I used to have 300, 350 viewers, man. They keeping me below 200 now. They won't even let me get to 200. The last 2-3 nights, they wouldn't even let me get to 200. YouTube ain't shit, man. They wouldn't even let me get to 200 no more.
People in the apartment on Sewell's Point Road that day when Beal killed his cousin, but Fadahi said he didn't need to call them as witnesses. They were not part of this trial because he already had in his pocket the high-quality confession from Kola Beal. His sentencing on the first-degree murder charge coming up in August. Live in Norfolk, Chris Horn, 10 in your side.
Seems like there is not a lot of room for interpretation. Thank you, Chris. You can see all of our previous coverage of this story right now on wavy.com.
Thank you, JD. Well, on tonight's Breaking Bond, a visiting judge sentences a 23-year-old violent offender who shot a man while trying to steal his catalytic
We did this last night.
Also tonight, a guilty verdict almost as fast.
We did that last night.
And welcome to The Factor Uncensored. 40-year-old LaToya Harris and her boyfriend, 41-year-old Terrence Washington, are both behind bars in Louisiana tonight. They're likely on a path straight to hell, and you will agree. This is after Harris's 15-year-old daughter was severely abused by the couple at their home in Terrebonne Parish, just outside of New Orleans. How bad was the abuse? Investigators say Washington shot the teen on 2 different occasions with a shotgun, one time in the chest. Police say he also raped her. And in order to cover that crime up, the teen's mother set her on fire, blaming her, and also never getting her a treatment for the gunshot wounds. The damage was so bad, the teenager lost half of her face and one of her eyes. She remains hospitalized after all of this was
Wow, that girl survived all of that. That girl survived all of that. Yikes. Woo.
uncovered during a car accident in Baytown, nearly 300 miles from their home in Thibodaux, Louisiana.
And joining us on The Factor Uncensored tonight, we have with us Ashlyn Brothers, who is a reporter for Fox 8 in New Orleans, WDUE-TV.
And tonight, the story of a Richmond native, Kimba Smith, is being transformed into a film. 8 News anchor Autumn Childress spoke to Smith this week about the importance of this story.
Could you at least tell us what you're looking for?
Peter Hall, also known as...
Tonight, the story of Kimba Smith back in the spotlight, now as a movie, decades after her story gripped the nation.
Hey!
All right, we got over the 200 hump, man. We got over the 200 hump, y'all. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. They let us get over 200. Salute, man. It's been a while since we got over 200 viewers on this channel, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Kimba Smith. We got to look into this. We might have to look into this to see if this woman is really innocent, man. If she be's innocent.
Could you at least tell us what you're looking for?
Peter Hall, also known as
Tonight, the story of Kimba Smith back in the spotlight, now as a movie, decades after her story gripped the nation.
Hey.
It's my baby.
In 1994, at just 24 years old, the Richmond native was sentenced to 24 and a half years in federal prison for a drug crime she did not commit. Her boyfriend at the time was a drug kingpin, but when he was murdered, it was Kim.
Oh, I thought she was just at the library and they came picked her up at the library. The way they started this, I thought she was at the library doing a book report, and they just thrown in the library and said, "You come with us, you goddamn Negro wench," and just framed some shit on her or some shit.
Prison for a drug crime she did not commit. Her boyfriend at the time was a drug kingpin, but when he was murdered, it was Kimba that took the fall, facing more than 2 decades in prison. She became the poster child for the unfairness of the war on drugs and mandatory minimum.
Breonna Taylor situation, man. Another Breonna Taylor situation. Shorty was active, man. She was activated. She was activated. She was in them trenches, man.
Minimum sentencing laws. And after serving 6.5 years, President Bill Clinton.
Oh, 6.5 years? I'm cool with her doing 6.5 years. Nah, I don't have a problem with her doing 6.5 years. She paid her debt to society, man. 6.5 years. She paid her debt. She paid her debt. 6.5 years. She paid her debt.
Years, President Bill Clinton heard her story and granted her clemency. And now, decades later, Kimba says she's moved that her story is still grabbing attention and worth telling.
Feels like a long time coming. God has just merely used me as a vessel to prevent others from going.
Hey, that's the same thing they said about George Floyd. They said they used George Floyd as a vessel too, man.
Path that I went on.
Smith calling her journey spiritual.
How come God only used criminals as vessels? Have you noticed that? God only uses criminals as vessels? God only uses criminals as vessels, man. Yeah, she got the Donna Reed hairstyle, man. You think you Donna Reed, man?
Her sentence spurred a life of activism. She served on the Virginia Parole Board and the Virginia Criminal Sentencing Commission. But she says, unfortunately,
yo, she's on. Think about this, man. Now remember, we got it so bad we got to work 10 times as hard, right? Biden say black. If you black, you got to be 10 times as good to get where a white person can get in life.
her sentence spurred a life of activism. She served on the Virginia Parole Board and the Virginia Criminal Sentencing Commission.
So this woman, think about all the people who went to law school, worked as lawyers for years just to get on the parole board or the sentencing commission. And all she had to do was be a drug dealer's girlfriend. Being a drug dealer's girlfriend got her the same place as a law degree and years of trying cases. She ended up in the same place.
Went on.
Smith calling her journey spiritual. Her sentence spurred a life of activism. She served on the Virginia Parole Board and the Virginia Criminal Sentencing Commission. But she says, unfortunately, her story is not unique.
I felt guilty.
When she was granted clemency, she says she felt a sense of survivor's guilt, knowing there were thousands of other women with situations like hers still in prison.
There ain't thousands of innocent women in prison. Stop it. Stop this shit. There ain't thousands of innocent women in prison. Stop this, man.
I knew there were other women who had stories just like mine that didn't have the legal defense fund, in their corner, or so many organizations that, were highlighting their case.
She's now hoping this movie will help bring attention to those stories.
Are you ever afraid that your daughter will forget about you?
Every single day.
Tonight, the director of the film, Kelly Cali, saying telling this.
Damn, smash on Kelly Cali. Kelly Cali can get it, man. Kelly Cali can get it, man.
Story was personal for her. Smith says she's excited for the world to see her story on the screen, and she leaves this message for her Richmond community.
Can't wait for the Richmond community to view it, especially with Richmond being my hometown. Richmond has stood by me through thick and thin.
Now, again, you can find the film Kimba on BET. And for the full interview with Kimba and Kelly, you can head to our website, WRI.
Let me drop the link, man. Salute to Eric S., Sock Nation Hall of Famer. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Support the damn channel. Shout out to Baby King, man. He says, thank you for your consistency. Yeah, man, you know how we do. Night after night after night after night, man. They fucking with my numbers, though. That is kind of annoying, though. They fucking with my numbers hard, man. Fucking with a nigga numbers hard, man. We got a good topic tonight, too, and they still fucking with my numbers. It's almost like it would be, listen, I would already have 300 in the chat right now. On a normal stream, I would already have 300. On a normal stream, I would already have 300. And you people over there on Rumble, wake up, man. Support the channel on Rumble, man. People on Rumble, wake up, man. Support the channel. Hit the like button over there on Rumble. Rumble be sleep. The Rumble channel is like just like a wasteland, man. Sometimes, man. Salute to Nick Tal Javon, man. What's happening, man?
Yo, what's popping, man?
What's happening?
Shit, ain't shit, man. Chilling, man.
Hey, man, I'm hanging, man.
Let's get this shit cracked.
What's up?
Richmond, I'm
What's
Autumn
happening?
Childress.
What up,
8
bro?
News.
Kiss my babies. I kissed them. And that was our thing. I wanted them to know I loved them more than anything. And then when the day go by, I would not tell them I love them.
Gone too soon. 2 young brothers lost their lives in a deadly single car accident. It happened on South Mendenhall Road, actually Sunday morning.
Yeah, the parents say that the victims were their 13 and 19-year-old sons. And tonight, they spoke only to Fox 13 Sierra Jordan.
This is where the car accident happened that took the life of 2 young brothers. Now you see that yellow caution tape. That's where their car crashed into the utility pole. Now I was able to speak to the parents who identified the victims as their sons, Christian and Tori Applewhite.
The good times that made
told them two boys every day, I love y'all. I love you back, Mom.
It was the last time Lisa Applewhite said goodbye to her sons Tori and Christian Sunday afternoon.
And it just make my heart just melt like butter. They hit me, I was just a little stuck on. They were mama boys.
Applewhite says her 13-year-old son Christian just graduated from the 8th grade and went to his end-of-the-year dance Saturday. His father, Sylvester Applewhite, says driving behind the wheel for the first time ever was part of his graduation gift.
He was so excited. When he came in the house, he wanted his mom to see his film of him driving. That was a great weekend for him.
That weekend ended abruptly. Lisa says Christian, his 19-year-old brother Tori, and her 10-year-old grandson Tariq were all going shopping to spend their graduation gifts. This Ring camera video shows them leaving the home 1 hour before the accident. But the two brothers never made it home.
If you saw that car, it's a miracle that
Yeah,
all of them were taken out.
Police say the deadly crash happened at the 3900 block of Mendenhall Road just after 3 Sunday afternoon. Lisa says her 19-year-old son was behind the wheel and died on scene. She says Christian and his 10-year-old nephew were taken to Le Bonheur, but Christian later died.
And it's hard to realize that they gone up to heaven, that they gone to a better place.
Lisa Applewhite says her 10-year-old nephew Tariq is still in the hospital and has severe burns to his face, but he is expected to make a full recovery. The funeral for Christian and Tori is on the 31st. In Memphis, Sierra Jordan.
Wow. A single car accident? How fast were they going for a single car accident?
Yeah. That's just how life turns sometimes.
That's crazy, man. Yikes, man. RIP, man.
It's been almost 3 years since the death of 36-year-old Adolph Thornton Jr., better known as Young Dolph. And to this day, no one has been sentenced in his death, even though one of the suspects has already pled guilty. It's been almost 1 year since Jamarcus Johnson pleaded guilty to 3 counts of accessory after the fact. Prosecutors say Johnson was not involved in the shooting or the planning, but did assist his half-brother, Justin Johnson, escape after the shooting. At the time, the judge said the charges would bring a sentence of 6 to 12 years. And according to court records, Johnson bonded out the same day he entered the guilty plea and has been out.
I helped him kill Dolph, man. All right, man. Deuces. Now, this criminal justice system is crazy. It was never like this, man. When I was growing up, it was never. We just didn't. I don't know, man.
It's unheard of. Awaiting his sentencing.
Yeah, this is just crazy, man.
Johnson bonded out the same day he entered the guilty plea and has been out awaiting his sentencing. Johnson was scheduled to appear in court this Wednesday morning, but his appearance was reset because Division 10 Judge Jennifer Mitchell was out for the day. According to the Shelby County Criminal Justice Portal, Johnson was supposed to have a hearing to discuss a petition to suspend his sentence. We reached out to his attorney, who says his client's case will continue to be reset until the trial ends. However, the exact date of the trial is still in the air. Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, the men accused of pulling the trigger, were initially set for trial next month, but it was rescheduled. Court documents say both parties want more time for expert testimony and hearing before the trial. Also out on bond is Hernandez Govan, who's accused of...
Yo, everybody's just on the streets, yo. This is insane, man. This is insane, man. Like, imagine these guys, what they're doing out on the streets. They're active gang members. They're killers. They're murderers. They're implicated in high-level murderers, street crime. And they're just in the community waiting on a long sentence. Don't you think that sons who are in the streets waiting on an impending, imminent long sentence are highly dangerous?
I mean, a demographic that is already very dangerous, very violent. Now you add that factor, forget about it.
You talking about some gangbangers that are like, yo, man, I'm about to do 20, 30 years. When I go back to court, man, fuck this shit. Like, it don't even matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? What they do now in their mind, because they're already going to go get a dub or 30 years or something when they finally go to trial.
It didn't matter before the dub. It don't matter now.
Right. Right. But it's even worse because it's like, yo, I mean, I'm already fucked.
Right. It's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, man. It's just insane.
One more time for expert testimony and hearing before the trial. Also out on bond is Hernandez Govan, who's accused of being the mastermind behind the killing. The resets and delays come as another disappointment to Dolph's loved ones.
Not holding one another accountable for the lives that are being taken senselessly, violently.
And like that dark butt, man.
Yeah, I cracked this dark. I smut this dark butt up.
Yeah, Dolph, man. That's Dolph's wife, man.
Oh yeah,
violently.
And a reset.
Man.
Taken senselessly, violently.
In a recent statement, the DA's office said, quote, while the frustration is understandable, these complexities in the criminal justice process must be addressed to ensure the integrity of the case. Reporting from 201 Poplar for your news leader, Kwame True-Wilborn, WREG News Channel 3.
Right now on Action News at 10:30, we continue to follow breaking news.
Chopper 6 is live over the scene.
That one in the middle of Eddie, bro.
Pass smash. I may smash.
Smash.
Yeah, I'm smash.
Smash it on 3. Fuck it. I'm going to
smash.
What is it? Mary Smash Kill?
Oh God.
I'll let the one on the left ruck my dick, bro.
Oh wow. This one right here, man, she's I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against Asians. I like Asians are cool, man, but not this one, man.
Yeah, leave them alone. I went to Japan. I love my Asians.
Yeah, I like them, man. Shout out to Hitomi Tanaka, man.
Yo, sometimes I wonder, what would have happened if Dolph never went for that cookie.
I'm telling you, man, that damn cookie, it's the cookie's fault, man. Ban cookies, man.
Right now on Action News at 10:30, we continue to follow breaking news.
Chopper 6 is live over the scene of a deadly workplace shooting in Chester. In the last half hour, we learned that 5 people were shot at a business there in Delaware County around 8:30 this morning. 2 of those people have died, and 1 person is in critical condition. A suspect is in custody.
Now, all of this happening at a company called Delaware County.
Chester. That's a Sun man, right?
Oh, oh, he is 99% something. Especially like this part of Chester.
I thought it was a glider named Chester. That's the Sun man name?
No, it's a county and right outside of Philly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like super dangerous out there too.
Why is that?
Oh yeah, Philly dudes be treading like
if you like it's cause you know it's like the hood and shit. So if you like getting around, you could slide through Chester because it's like a lot of Sun men on that type of timing and shit. It's like one of them little joints right outside the city. So you don't want to be in the city, you know, some niggas out there. It's like a little stand right outside the stand, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm familiar with Southeast PA. Chester's always been bad, man. It's
okay, all right, my bad.
Yeah, man, you know that. Yeah, I'm familiar with that, but I mean, as far as like in depth, I don't know it in depth like that. I just
not me either, but I just, you know, from what I know from like other
reputation.
Yeah, right, basically.
Yeah.
County Linen on the 2600 block of West 4th Street.
Let's get right out to Action News reporter Maggie Kent live at the scene there. Maggie, we heard the press conference earlier in the show, and what are you learning now?
Well, I can tell you that we've learned 5 people are shot, and this was a result of a workplace disgruntled employee coming into their workplace this morning and opening fire. I spoke to witnesses who were here working at Delaware Linen Company. They said they thought a machine exploded when they first heard the initial gunshots, and then everyone started telling each other to run out and run for their lives. This has been a very active scene here, starting before 8:30 in the morning when Chester Police first got the call over here on West 4th Street to come and respond to this active shooting scene. Again, we know 5 people were shot, 2 of them fatally. 3 are in the hospital with 2 in critical condition at this hour, one of them being scooped up by a police officer who arrived on the scene, rushing them to the hospital as soon as possible. We also know that the person who's believed to be responsible for opening fire on fellow co-workers here at the Delaware County Linen Company has been taken into custody. We're told that this person drove away in a black Hyundai and was stopped by an officer who was responding to this shooting scene after they got a call out about this active shooter.
Is a tragedy, a story that plays out too often across the United States of America. A disgruntled employee has walked into the linen shop, the Delaware County linen shop behind us, and shot 5 people.
Coming to work, that's it, and the people coming running and say, go out, and I go out because I think the machine was explosion. I say, maybe it's explosion, and go out, that's it. And when coming back, looking at the police and everybody and say the people died.
They couldn't find nobody else to interview. I mean, like, it's kind of a big deal, man. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they got the ESL motherfucker.
It is an absolute shock to the co-workers there. You just heard from one woman who identified herself as Lolly. She says she was working towards the back of this factory. She thought it was a machine that had exploded, but unfortunately that was not the case here. It was an active shooter who came in and murdered 2 co-workers, injuring 3 others, 2 of them in critical condition at this hour. Now, this scene still remains blocked off as they're trying to get more information from the employees and dozens of them inside this building at the time of the shooting, each of them telling me they know these coworkers very well. They know the people who were injured, and it is completely devastating to them. They're also providing the police with as much information as they possibly can, as authorities believe they do have the suspect in custody, that he was able to drive away, but
Let's see if we can find out who this damn suspect is, man.
Gotta be a son, man.
I mean, it could be on Brito, man. Lolly, man.
No, I bet on Black.
Yeah, you know.
Bet on Black.
It could have been Patel. You don't know. It could have been a
Tiger.
You know, let's be fair.
Could have been a glider.
It hasn't been identified yet. They haven't released the name. Wow. It's just a suspect is in custody. They're not releasing the name yet.
What was their manifesto?
Yeah, that'll help us out, man. Is there a manifesto? If there's no manifesto, then it's not a.
That eliminates the glider. Yeah.
Is it a drill rap song? Read this and that.
I haven't heard that either, man.
Right. Does he have like rap videos on YouTube? That'll seal the deal as well, right?
Let's see. I don't see. Yeah, they not giving up his. Yeah, they not IDing him, man. Just saying he's a disgruntled employee.
If he pulled up in a rape dungeon on wheels, that shows the deal too, right?
Hey, man, if he killed 2 and he wounded 3, that's a 40% kill rate. That's kind of like no man's land right there. That could have been anybody.
Yeah. You remember the one hybrid dude in Chicago that killed everybody in the family dispute? Man, that one was crazy.
Let's see. Let's go back to DC. I don't know. We're gonna figure that one out. We'll get back to that one if they.
But for an update on an incident that stunned a community, an 18-year-old accused of unloading an AR-15 rifle in his neighborhood. The whole thing was caught on camera.
What was even more shocking was when a judge released the teen to family instead of ordering him to be locked up. And tonight, a higher court judge has thrown out that decision and sent the teen back to jail. Our chief investigative reporter, Eric Flack, has been on this case since the day that teen was released. And Flack, you have an update that we'll only see first here on WUSA 9. We do want to warn you, this story contains video and sounds of gunfire that can be disturbing.
I can't tell you the number of times we've heard bullets flying in my neighborhood. I'm grateful for the judge for sending this individual to jail. He belongs in jail.
Former ANC.
Wow.
A glider said that? Damn.
I'm telling you, man. That's big, man. Pause for her to say that, man. Because she would have, I mean, if anybody else would have said that 2-3 years ago, she would have been on their ass.
Yeah, you know it's bad when the glider wants justice. You know it's bad.
But you're right. The women gliders are starting to speak up.
Yeah, man. I mean, slowly but surely, man.
ANC Commissioner Denise Krepp lives just blocks from Independence Avenue in Southeast, where prosecutors allege 18-year-old Amonte Moody fired 26 shots.
Not even trying to hit anything. He's just licking shots at the car, busting at them. He's letting the people in the car hear his gun. Basically, you know what I'm saying?
That shit sound. Yo, imagine you in the crib and you just hear that shit bucking, bro. I'm like, oh shit, the fuck somebody playing Call of Duty on and got their speakers all the way up. Like, god damn.
Where prosecutors allege 18-year-old Amonte Moody fired 26 shots from an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle.
How reckless that is.
Yeah,
like
walking backwards. He's not aiming. It's fucking stupid. It's too much.
It's insane. Like, we expect the bar is so low. Let's just put the bar where it should be, right? Like at its proper level, right? This is fucking insane.
Yeah. Like, think about the every bullet he's shooting, the trajectory. It has to hit something.
And you don't know what's there. Like the way the street he's bussing down, there's a major streets, like those streets that go north parallel to this are major streets. So this is I think Independence. So this is Independence. This like leads to the Capitol and stuff like that. If you go this way, this way you going. This way you going. It's like 17th Street, 60. All these streets are major arteries where people are coming up this street.
Right, the capital of the free world.
Yeah, blocks away.
Bro, this ain't like a little you know, you took your parents' car around the corner and shit to go link up with a little slider and shit, go crack down on them joints. This nigga outside with a fucking AR-15 indiscriminately shooting into the street. Like, bro, this nigga need the chair, bro. Sorry, dog.
Right. You know, it's almost as crazy the fact that these liberals will argue if the cops show up and have to use force on him. He wasn't aiming the gun at them or whatever the fuck. Any dumb shit they could fucking reach for.
Anything they could do to give him a benefit of the doubt. Whatever crazy scenario or fucking goddamn lifeline they could give to him, man. But yeah, this is insanity.
Bro,
but now if you lower the bar back down for Sunman, and it's like, yo, this is just normal.
Yeah, no, right. For a Sunman, this ain't that.
We just see the Sunman blow his brains out on fucking
Sunman, this, you know, this is well within the center of the bell curve.
Yeah, this ain't nothing. This is literally like every song talks about this. Every single one, even Drake's and Kendrick's, well, not Kendrick, but Drake's songs talk about this, man.
Yeah. No
Shit is
solution. Yeah,
crazy.
there's no solution. That's for
Prosecutors
sure.
allege 18-year-old Amonte Moody fired 26 shots from an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle into the street April 22nd. Prosecutors say he was aiming at an SUV that was driving away during the 2 a.m. incident after a dispute over clothes. The incident.
So it was a dispute over clothes, and this car leaves. Okay, let's see how far it could have gotten. Let me see.
Clothes. The incident caught on at least 3 different cameras. No injuries were reported, although one viewer sent us these photos of a bullet which allegedly hit the family's car during the incident. Despite felony charges of assault with a dangerous weapon and possession of a firearm during a crime of violence, Moody walked out of D.C. Superior Court less than 2 weeks later after a magistrate judge surprised prosecutors by granting him pretrial release. Mr. Moody, is there anything you'd like to say? Placing Moody on round-the-clock home detention, equipped with a GPS monitor and a stay-away order from the occupants in the car. The U.S. Attorney's Office immediately asked for an emergency hearing to revoke the teen's release, saying despite defense attorney arguments which emphasized the defendant's supportive family and lack of a criminal history, prosecutors say none of it stopped Moody from allegedly emptying that AR-15 onto a public street where, quote, any innocent passerby or resident could have fallen victim. In court Wednesday, Superior Court Judge Errol Arthur said charges as serious as the ones Moody is facing carry a presumption the defendant will be held in jail before trial, unless the defense offers convincing evidence the community would not be at risk. The judge, citing those videos over and over again, said the seriousness of the charges, the risk the shooter posed to the community that night, and the fact the teen allegedly had an AR-15 in the first place and knew how to use it outweighed Moody's lack of a criminal history, sending him back to jail to await his trial.
But for the grace of God, nobody died.
That judge telling the courtroom today, I listened to the audio, I watched the video, I couldn't keep up with how many shots were fired. Monte Moody's trial is set for August 27th.
I would love for that judge that thought giving this guy a bond was a good idea to explain it to us. Go on the camera, look at us in the eye, and explain to us how you think it's a good idea.
Yeah, go tell the community why you want this goddamn proto-human with access to assault rifles out on the street after what he just did over some bullshit over clothes.
Why don't he give him some pretty strict conditions, to be fair, bro? Like a curfew or something.
Nah, man, that nigga
Brutal
needs
attack. Caught on. Brutal attack caught on camera inside a downtown LA restaurant.
A customer beat a worker because he thought his food took too long to prepare.
KCAL News report.
Jury's in. Bingo.
Now, my thing is, let's move the bar back up, right, to normal people shit, right? If you beat the chef, fine, because you're mad that the food wasn't prepared. If you beat the waiter or any other staff member in the fucking restaurant, you're an asshole because it's not, they can't control when the food is ready. I'll give him a break as a son man if he went in the kitchen and beat the chef's ass, the person who controls the food. But if he beat the waiter's ass or the fucking hostess's ass, I'm sorry, man. Even the son, man, I can't give you that, man. Because it just doesn't make any sense, man. But he a son, man. If we move the bar back down to son man land, this is just normal behavior, man.
At least he ain't kill nobody, right?
Normal run-of-the-mill behavior. Run-of-the-mill. And listen, he was probably going to run off on the bill or leave $1 tip.
Leave 50
Brutal
cents.
attack caught on camera inside a downtown LA restaurant.
A customer beat a worker because he thought his food took too long to prepare.
KCAL News reporter Gio Insignares is live in downtown LA tonight with more on this brutal
Ricky
attack.
Martin looking
Gio.
at
Well, Pat, Juan, good evening. That's right. The victim said this all happened over an order at this Volcano restaurant. Now, the family told us they want this man off the streets as soon as possible in order to prevent anything like this happening again.
The search continues tonight for the man in this surveillance video seen attacking.
Damn.
Proto.
Prototype. Look. He squared up too. Look.
This guy, man, on Brito just doing his fucking job. He's not back there cooking it, you piece of shit, you asshole. Why you beating him up? Go in the kitchen and beat up the chef, man.
There's just no reason to this shit, bro.
I mean, think about it. You're at work. Work sucks already, right? You're there. You don't want to be there. You got to deal with this shit now.
You gotta deal with this fucking 8.
Right. You know that when Brito went home and drank a couple Modelos.
Think about this though. I think about this when I go into restaurants, especially that in my town that like don't really service like Sons because it's a historically white town. They got like Italian restaurants, they got Polish restaurants, they got German food, all these type of restaurants where, you know. And I go in there and I'm like, and they're so nice. I'm talking about like literally, I don't know if they're doing this because they want to seem not racist, but the service is insane. Like they're so nice, right? And I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, do they really, really want like some people in here? Like, or they only being nice because they're pandering? Because if worse gets around, say I eat the food and it's good, and I go back and tell other sons, man, hey man, you gotta go down there. Now you dealing with a whole type of client. Would they rather just have their niche clientele where they make the little bit of money that they make every year or the same amount of money they make every month, or have an explosion of customers and get richer or make more money, but it be Sons, the new Sons to the area?
I think the first one you said.
Yeah, the first one sounds just better.
It sounds pretty good. It sounds less stressful. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I hate to say that.
You sold me. You sold me on the first one, man. I was like, that's enough.
And to your point, they might also be being nice to you because they think you might end up like doing what this nigga doing, bro.
Right.
No, my food 2 minutes late, nigga.
Right.
Motherfucker, what you doing, nigga? Then 2 pieces ass.
Yeah, because I mean, when I go into a white restaurant, the service is insanely good, man.
I know. It's like heaven.
Yeah, and when I go into a black restaurant, it's not even if the service isn't bad, which it rarely is bad, but it's just nonchalant. Like, for instance, you go into a black restaurant, you got to get the person behind the counter's attention. Like you come in, that motherfucker ain't looking up. Whatever they doing, they looking down. They not looking up. Hi, how you doing? Like when you go to a white establishment, it's, hey, how you doing? How can I help you? Nice shirt, or that's an interesting shirt. Oh, the weather's great out there today. I don't know. You go to a black joint, you be standing there, the dude behind the counter or the chick behind the counter, you standing 2 feet in front of him on the other side of the counter looking at the menu. This motherfucker ain't said a goddamn word to you.
Yo, the last time I went to a black restaurant, like years ago now, right? But the dude behind the counter in the kitchen, and I mean, I'm sorry to say, but he looked thug life like a motherfucker. He just got out the joint himself.
Food was good though.
It was alright. It wasn't bad. I forget what it was even, to be honest.
Yeah, this shit though, like it's like you gotta get their attention. You like, all right, you like, yo, be like, all right, I'm ready to order. They be like, all right, they'll still be looking down. If whatever they doing, they still all right. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't act like they treat you like they don't like. Okay, if you come back, you come back. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, I had to taste Haitian food again, and I went there recently. It's like, what you want? I'm like, what the fuck?
They
Like,
said
you
it
already
that?
stuff. I
They said
swear.
what you want?
Yeah, what do you want? I'm Haitian, so I expect bad service.
Yeah.
But maybe that's not rude though. Maybe
But the
that's
food,
just
no, it's normal. Like I said, it's normal when Jamaicans do it. It's a normal thing. So I was cool with it. But I started laughing. I made a face, and this, sister was like, "Oh, that's the way we talk." She thought I was American. I'm like, "No, I'm Haitian. We don't have good customer service. Relax."
Yeah.
When I go to the white areas, it's totally different.
Yeah, man. That's what you gotta tell them. Like, no, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. You just ain't white. That's what it is. You now I gotta stop expecting glider white standards from some people, bro.
Yeah, the food was good though.
But you know another thing though, on burrito service is very good. When you go into an on burrito restaurant, the service is excellent. But Asians are rude. They're worse than sisters to me. Asians are rude as shit.
Yeah, when you go inside, they can be like super.
Yeah. I was gonna say add to that before you said that, but it goes to my point. I mean, who's to say it's good or bad or better or worse? It just
No,
is,
Asians
right?
are rude. Asians are rude.
Maybe what I'm saying is this though. Like Mark said, they told them what you want, but maybe that's not them being rude. Maybe that's just asking them like, "How can I help you today?" You know?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you, Wicked, but it's still rude. Just like Asians. Why you out? Why you out? Why you out? Right? That's rude.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Fringe customers, first time customers, like black businesses always complain about, they don't get as much business as white, but the service is markedly worse. And if I'm a French customer, like somebody who just like stopped by, like it's a conference across the street, and the only reason I'm eating here is because I got a conference across the street, or we just like happen to be down here shopping and shit. We hungry as hell. We just tucked in here just off the humble.
Yeah, tourists, whatever.
Yeah, you treat me like a piece. You treat me like you don't care that I'm there. I gotta get your attention. You know what I'm saying? I got a cough. Like somebody come out the back when they hear me cough, and they come back. They're like, "What you?" Like, all right, what you want? And it's like that right there. Those people will never come back if they got any self-respect. The only reason I come back to Jamaican joints that treat me like shit is because, like, I love Jamaican food, man. For some reason, something about Jamaican food. I just love that
food
shit.
is fucking amazing.
Yeah, so it's like they treat me like you know what I'm saying, shit. Like we got a joint called The Grill in DC. Man, them motherfuckers, they rude ain't the word. They beefing with you. It's like they beefing with you.
Why, boy? Why you want, boy?
Like, no, it's just the dismissiveness. It ain't even like what they say to you. It's what they don't say to you. It's like dismissive and curt, and you know what I'm saying, and goddamn, you know what I'm saying, like that they with you and shit. So it's like it's the tact they take with you and shit. But the food be so goddamn good, man. But I love Jamaican food. But yeah, let me move along, man. Let's see what this son man did, man.
It's as soon as possible in order to prevent anything like this happening again.
The search continues tonight for the man in this surveillance video seen attacking a Wakano employee in downtown LA Monday night. Kevin Oxlodge, who's worked at
Look at
this
this
location.
guy, this motherfucker, man. You supposed to get in there and help your man. Like, come on, man. You supposed to grab something from the back, like bear hug his ass, man. He's scared.
Monday night. Kevin Oxlodge, who's worked at this location
There
for
you
2
go,
years,
there you
says
go.
the pain from this night is still very present.
My whole chest, my whole arms, my legs.
That's a whole on burrito.
Yeah, that's
Fucking Aztec, man.
Aztec, bro.
Yo, let me see his papers, man. Let me see your papers right now, boy.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Present.
My whole chest, my whole arms, my legs, my whole
He speaks well.
back of my neck, to the point where here and here I can't really move that much. I can't turn.
Oxlodge says this all started when a customer got upset over his order taking too long. The man then yelled at an employee who was pregnant. After telling the customer to calm down,
Oh shit! He yelled at a pred. I commend this guy for stepping in, because listen, that son. If you think that son man wouldn't have beat that pregnant woman, you have not been watching his channel.
Yo, that would have been crazy.
No, I'm saying it's in the realm of possibility.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
It ain't like with it ain't like with another group where it's just completely off the table. Like it just like no way some white dude coming to a business and he mad because the chef taking too long and he go beat up a pregnant woman. That'll never happen.
Right, I can't picture it.
But a son, man.
Yeah, I can see it.
Salute to this guy for stepping in and creating a diversion. It's a baby that's gonna be born because this guy.
They should name after this guy. Fuck it, name the kid after him.
Yeah, they should name the kid after my man. Facts, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. Take the $5 challenge at least, man. Via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Support the channel, man. Take the $5 challenge, man. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Guys, support the channel, man.
Our mission act is like a friend or a neighbor to say, "Oh, he's not a bad guy. He just like shut the fuck up, will you?" He attacked somebody for no reason. We don't want to hear that shit right now.
Yeah, he a demon.
Man. I want to look at the bright side. This hero right here, man. This brave on Burrito, man, that stepped in and saved that that pregnant woman, because he was yelling at that pregnant woman, and like he was probably getting hyped up, and this guy probably sensed it. He probably was like, "Yo, I gotta step in, man.
I gotta take this out."
Yeah, you gotta take that ass whooping for that pregnant lady, man. You gotta step in there.
My whole chest, my whole arms, my legs, my whole back of my neck, to the point where here and here I can't really move that much. I can't turn.
Oxlodge says this all started when a customer got upset over his order taking too long. The man then yelled at an employee who was pregnant. After telling the customer to calm down, Oxlodge says that's when the customer attacked him, aggressively punching him repeatedly. At one point, you see another customer try and pull the attacker off the victim.
He didn't want to let me go whatsoever. I felt like he wanted to just drag me out of the restaurant and just finish me off outside.
Isabel Hernandez, Kevin's mom, also feels the stress and horror of that night. If he had taken him outside, I don't know what would have happened. She says the man returned to the restaurant multiple times that day, looking for her son and asking where he was.
Hold on, wait a second.
Yo, you know she don't like sons.
He was gonna kill that dude. He probably was gonna kill him.
The dude didn't swing back. Think about it. He's mad his food is taking too long. That's the chef's responsibility. He yells at a pregnant woman. This guy steps in to defend the pregnant woman. He beats the shit out of this guy. This guy doesn't throw one punch back. He leaves. Like, he didn't just beat the shit out of an employee at the restaurant and comes back multiple times that day looking for him.
Yeah. It sounds made up. Like, it's kind of hard to believe, you know?
Only sons could do that. A white guy, You can't do that. You're getting arrested. You can't. A white guy could not punch this guy. This guy's a POC.
Hey, Crab.
You got to remember, if you're white, this guy is not. This guy is just some human being. If a black guy beats his ass, but if a white guy beats his ass, this guy, boom, he becomes like this POC. You know what I'm saying? Yo, white dude life would have been ruined, dog. Oh my God.
Such a low bar for the brothers.
Fuck. Black dude do it. It's just like, the black dude gets to come back multiple times, look for him the same day to finish off the job. It's insane, man. What world are we living in, man?
Yeah, I want to interview the cook.
Yeah, exactly. That's the real
does he gotta say?
culprit, man.
What does he got to say about
I mean,
this?
it's literally his fault, though. Like, I mean, what was taking so long? Or maybe we didn't think about this. Maybe it didn't take long. Maybe the Sun Man was just bitching and moaning.
Right. Yo, one thing's for sure. If they interview the cook, they're going to need a translator.
Yeah, and they definitely gonna need to fucking show his shoes, man, because if he coming back looking for this guy, if the brother's still out here, so if the brothers, remember the brother's still out here, just fucking crap.
And mind you, you've said this before. It's a good point. This brother doesn't have to hide his face and shame. Think about that.
Listen, there's no black community where everyone can know he did this and he have to hide his face and shame. Like, this could be literally like this is not like, oh, we didn't know. No, you put him someplace where it's 1,000 black people and every single one of them know he yelled at a pregnant woman, attacked a worker, and came back several times that day to look for the worker. There's no place in the black community where anyone, not one person would be like, yo, man, you're a bad guy, man. Don't come around.
Right. Look, if that was me sitting down that did all that, I can't think of not anyone that wouldn't criticize me or say something or cut me off, you know?
If you're a black woman, you're gonna take up for him because you know, on the blackity black shit. Black men be like, shit, that's us, man. Like, man, we all feel like we would have did the same thing.
Keep it real.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Look, listen, man, this is just insane behavior.
If he had taken him outside, I don't know what would have happened. She says the man returned to the restaurant multiple times that day, looking for her son and asking where he was.
No me siento bien. Mi hijo va a regresar a trabajar, ¿verdad? Si lo espera.
I don't feel well, she says. My son is going to return to work, right? What if he's waiting? What if he's watching? I'm very fearful, and I plead to the authorities, arrest him to feel more secure, or provide a restraining order so he can't get close to my son. If this person remains free, the family says, he could do the same thing to others.
I honestly do want to press assault charges because what he did to me is not fair. And I hope he ends up behind bars. I hope he doesn't do it to anyone else because what he did to me shouldn't have happened, shouldn't have been done, and he shouldn't have took his anger out just for an order of food.
The family says since filing the police report on Monday, they have yet to hear back from police. We're also waiting to hear back from LAPD with an update on the investigation.
With 4:30
from our 8 News Now investigators.
Think about his mom that you saw talking, right? And think about her sisters, the older people in his family that heard what happened to him. I'm not going to speak for them, but how are they supposed to take this, as far as the brothers? How are they supposed to well, it was just the one brother? Nah, it's a lot of the brothers. Keep it real.
Yeah. A whole lot.
At 4:30 from our 8 News Now investigators, a man who threatened several public officials going to their homes and leaving startling letters and items now faces new charges for threats that hit close to home.
So that man is now accused of soliciting the murder of a judge,
several other people, including 8 News Now investigator David Sharns. And David, you were in court as prosecutors say this man wanted several people dead.
Well, yes, and according to this letter, prosecutors say he wrote he wanted several people dead, including me. We previously reported on this man last year, and that appears to have angered him. Video the 8 News Now investigators obtained shows 21-year-old Charles Dowling outside of this home last year. He sprinkles something, leaving behind this, a mixture of eggs and other food, and a knife. The home belongs to Assembly Speaker Steve Yeager and his wife, District Court Judge Beta Yeager. Prosecutors say Dowling also targeted the home of former Metro Assistant Sheriff Tom Roberts, who Dowling appears to have believed was
That's a
sheriff.
glider, man.
Oh shit! Yeah,
That's a glider.
Spoke too soon, buddy.
Sure did.
Yeah, man.
Glider's
Think about
good
it,
too.
man. There wasn't enough damage done, man. Like, yeah, all he did was put some fucking eggs and shit on the fucking door. No Southern man would do no shit like that.
True. The nostrils couldn't take that smell.
Yeah, this is some weirdo shit right here.
Eggs and other food, and a knife. The home belongs to Assembly Speaker Steve Yeager and his wife, District Court Judge Beta Yeager. Prosecutors say Dowling also targeted the home of former Metro Assistant Sheriff Tom Roberts, who Dowling appears to have believed was sheriff, and another judge, also leaving odd items in letters.
Page 10, Dowling, Charles.
Dowling was in court Wednesday after pleading guilty, but mentally ill to other charges, including stalking and extortion.
Is a litany of threatening statements, including his hit list, where he indicates that he has several individuals on it.
But prosecutors say before Wednesday's hearing, Dowling sent this letter to an ex-partner to, quote, finish the plan, threatening to murder the judge in the case, the prosecutor in the case, Governor Joe Lombardo, and 2 reporters. Dowling continues the letter with talk about fuel and Molotovs for, quote, the biggest revolt the country has seen. Prosecutors are asking the judge to allow for more charges to be filed, including solicitation to commit murder. Now, we'll see what happens here. Dowling was supposed to be sentenced for his actions last year, but that appears to now be falling apart due to the recent actions, which you just saw. His attorney is asking the judge for time to respond to these new allegations, and everybody will be back in court in 2 weeks. I'm David Sharns, 8 News Now.
All right, David. We'll
Glider, man. Wow.
Savagery.
He getting ready for the race war.
Shit, man. What we got here?
Also new tonight, gone in 30 seconds. A group of suspects ambushed a security guard and stole $8,000 worth of merchandise from a luxury store inside the King of Prussia Mall. And now police are working to track them down. Action News reporter Leland Pinder is live at the mall with all the details. Leland.
Rick, 30 seconds. That's all it took. And police say they believe that this group is connected to other high-end robberies like this one across Pennsylvania and also New Jersey. King of Prussia Mall shoppers are expressing concern after a daring robbery at one of the mall's high-end retailers.
You're coming to spend a lot of money at a high-end shopping mall, and you want to be able to
She's definitely woke. Definitely.
spend a lot of money at a high-end shopping mall, and you want to be able to feel safe there.
The Givenchy store was robbed last Thursday, and Upper Marion police have released these photos of 4 suspects.
Oh, loud. Dark, but
Riot Brigade.
Yeah, it's always us, man. Like, I mean, always, man. Make sure you take the $5 challenge. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat, man. We got 350 in the building. YouTube and goddamn Rumble. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Support the stream, man. Support this stream.
The female of the species.
It's always, I mean, this shit is, listen, man. It gets to the point, man, where it's like the fact that people can't say nothing about this is getting annoying. People should be able to say, like, yo, it's always them.
It's always
annoying.
you niggas.
It's annoying, man. It annoys me, man, because it's like everybody got to act like it's, What crime is not crime, black crime.
Yeah, I
Police say
remember.
the group forced their way past a security guard after these photos of 4 suspects. Police say the group forced their way past a security guard after being told only one person could enter the store at a time. Once inside, they sprayed employees and security with mace and pepper spray.
Oh shit! They took your
Let
advice.
me find out. I gave him the advice.
Yeah, I put him on the plug with the bear mace.
Listen, man, they know that shit was effective. They knew once they did that shit. Man, listen, these hood Jones right here, be a rapist and shit and run up on one of them while they walking down the street. Only white women walk around with no protection, man. These sisters got protection, man. They protected. It's white women and Asian women just walking around naked and shit.
And pepper spray.
That's unfortunate. And I feel bad for the security officer.
The women made off with more than $8,000 in stolen merchandise. This woman works at the mall at a luxury jewelry store.
I'm always concerned, but when you're in that industry, you always be alert at all times. When you're in that industry, you always be aware of your surroundings.
Upper Marion police believe the group is part of a larger group.
Positively, Simeon. Look at that one.
In New Jersey.
Look at that one. Paging Dr. Goodall. Dr. Goodall.
I mean, listen, man. This group, on the scale, they're not that bad. Like, this ain't that bad of a group of son sisters, man. These a couple crackable joints for some hood dudes. If you're a hood dude, you'll crack you'll crack these.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've seen far worse in Philly. It's Philly, man.
No,
These-
it get
Yeah.
wait, this ain't shit, bro.
These they not fine. Don't get me wrong, man, but
Nah, they crackable though.
You said it's doable.
these Philly sixes, these Philly eights. This probably some eights.
If they get a little made up, know what I'm saying? Get them edges laid, get a new install and shit for the wig.
Yeah,
You know?
Philly's Richter scale for women is very sensitive. They're like a 7.
Yeah, he's
7.
In stolen merchandise. This woman works at the mall at a luxury jewelry store.
I'm always concerned, but when you're in that industry, you always be alert at all times. When you're in that industry.
Exactly how many people are parts of the theft ring.
Now they are stepping up their game here in the mall. That's sad.
Now, shoppers we spoke to expressed concern for innocent people who could potentially find themselves caught up in the crimes.
People want to come here, they want to shop. You got people come here visiting, etc., etc. We don't have time for this stuff. It's crazy.
Now, here at King of Prussia Mall in that robbery last Thursday, police say that group of 4 women, they were able to run through the mall and out of an exit to a car waiting outside. If you know anything about what happened here or can help them identify those 4 suspects, you're asked to call Upper Marion Police. Live in King of Prussia.
Good luck.
Thanks for staying with Fox 45. I'm Kai Jackson. As juvenile crime continues in Baltimore, some residents say they're not satisfied with leaders' response. Fox 45's Vincent Hill takes a closer look at the change they want to see.
Well, this couple says they want 2 things: justice and accountability, from the mayor's office to the police department.
Fox 45 first showed you this video of a couple being assaulted and robbed after being approached by a juvenile.
He came back around, flipped me off with both hands. He yelled out something. They all just started running in and hands flew.
Watch as the juvenile.
Yo, look at this couple, man. They're just down there, cross paths with some sons, man. The feeling when because think about it, they know, but it never happened before. But now it's happening. The terror they must have been experiencing in that moment. You're with your lady. You're her protector. You're her man. You're her husband. You looked her in the eyes and vowed to protect her. Made those vows. And now some teenagers, some 15-year-olds are neutering you, cutting your balls off in front of her. There ain't shit you can do about it.
They all just started running in and hands flew.
Watch as the juveniles from multiple directions run towards the couple.
I tried to like guard her pretty much and then shove her between, put her the crowd between me and her.
But his girlfriend was anything but guarded.
Oh, just a girlfriend, just a girlfriend. Okay, just a girlfriend, not a wife, just a girlfriend.
Could have been the wife.
Still though, man, his balls got neutered.
She not gonna get what no more after this, bro.
Yeah, I think though. Yeah, yo, you gotta turn your mic down too a little bit, Mark. But this, I think you give him a break if you're a white girl and it's a bunch of blacks. I think white girls kind of know like blacks are just more aggressive, especially hood blacks. I don't think she would give a guy like this a lot of flack for
Hey,
taking
maybe she went home and was like, I hate Sun words more than ever before. Come on, Ben, let's have 12 Aryan children.
Yeah, let's start the Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah, but I think people. I don't think. I don't know. You let white guys here tell me. Yeah, we got white guys on the panel. Y'all tell me. Would a white woman like give like kind of like nah, we can't. You're not a suitable mate because a gang of wild ass criminal Sun thugs accosted y'all.
No.
I think they treat it largely like you know,
like an attack,
animal attack.
Like it's like we're not like monkeys, so we don't operate that way. Like the biggest monkey doesn't get to mate with all the females.
You get mauled by a pack of pit bulls, you know, like
It's like
or
this.
you know, screaming howler monkeys for that matter.
Yeah, I think plus white people have more of a sense of a fair fight, so like, you know, getting mauled by a pack of guys and thinking that the guy's weak for that is kind of like retarded. You know what I mean? Like that's like level 10 stupidity.
But his girlfriend was anything but guarded.
There was probably like 10 people on me, males and females, and at one point they knocked me to the ground. And
But she's getting her ass kicked by 10 people. How many people were there if 10 people were kicking her ass?
Dark but swarm.
Yikes. Shit.
kicking me in my head and my body.
Her injuries to her face, elbows, and legs.
That's a huge gash, man. Shit.
Telling you, man. Them sisters was kicking the shit out of her for every straight hair in her head, man.
Yeah, they unleashed the fury of the prehistoric droid.
He grabbed her later and said, "Listen and understand."
This is crazy, man. Like, and we gotta hear, and I don't know how you Gladys still turn around and now hear constantly about how all the wrong you're doing to sons. Like, these people literally got to go home and turn on the TV or go on social media or overhear conversations. Anything they hear, they're just hearing how evil gliders are and all the bad things they're doing to sons.
Well, yeah, but it's like that with any political issue, you know? It's like I got to turn on social media and hear about how great communism is, even though it's failed all over the world and continues to fail. Like, there's people out there that just the proof don't matter. You know, they want to believe what they want to believe, and that's what they believe.
Do you think this woke them up?
Them? Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Woke
I'm sure they
them up
weren't
to
just getting
move
beat
somewhere?
up. Yeah.
Hold on. Woke them up to move somewhere and vote Republican? No.
Hell no.
Negative ghostwriting.
They'll leave and vote Democrat wherever they go.
Only thing this is gonna do,
evident by these pictures,
is gonna make her want a black bull in the future. That's it.
What it's going to do to her? It's going to make her fucking terrified of black people. I mean, horrified of black people. Her heart is going to beat when she sees a sun man. Her heart's going to palpitate when she sees sun women, because the girls are beating her up too. These people are going to be terrified of some people now, but still gonna vote Democrat.
Face, elbows, and legs, evident by these pictures. 6 females were identified, including this one.
You could see the girl kind of walk in front, like casually with the purse.
5 released to their parents because of their age. One 18-year-old female.
The gang of hoes.
Oh damn! It was all dark butts. Oh shit!
And they were all young, and they were all
the
released to
combat
their
models.
parents.
Damn.
With
Yeah,
purse.
5 released to their parents because of their age. One 18-year-old female charged with robbery, but none of the male suspects charged. Baltimore police are investigating.
None of the Sunmen got charged.
Damn.
She said she was getting her ass kicked by 10 people. Imagine how many were kicking his ass. And out of all that, only one person got charged with robbery. Out of like probably 30 people that were probably there.
But for this victim,
I've just kind of been swept under the rug, just kind of told like a new excuse every time.
her friend, even writing a letter to Mayor Brandon Scott that reads in part,
We, the people, work extremely hard just to have our valuables stolen by teens and young adults that have nothing to lose. And what is being done about these crimes? What measures are being taken to assure that the people are protected? I leave you with these questions.
the mayor's office.
Yeah, that's such a
That's
that
gonna
doesn't
work.
move something.
That'll work though. That'll we'll see in about 10 months they'll have the problem.
He's gonna go talk to Joy Reid about racist letters like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Caleb West, man. Caleb West on the board for the Hyundai. Shout out to you, Caleb, man. He says, "Hey, Ak, I made a character inspired by you in my comic book." He has his own podcast, Boom Baba Dudes, LOL. He has Ak on his hat. Man, you gotta send that to me, man. Email that to me and put that in the subject bar, man, if that's true, man. If that's true, man, email that to me and put the subject, man.
I want to see that too.
Yeah, does this character also hate themselves?
Of course, I mean, got to, man. If he's me, man. But yeah, this is. Yeah, send this to me, Caleb, man. Send that to me if that's true, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for your support, man. Oh, my email. Let me put it in.
He trying to get. She trying to get the Sunman mayor to care about her getting fucked up by the Dark Butt Dynasty. That shit ain't gonna work, bro.
Laughable.
And this is the same mayor who's literally trying to get the Squeegee Boys job. Like, well, he not trying. He did. He convinced a bunch of fucking businesses in Baltimore to give those Squeegee Boys jobs, and they didn't take them. Very few of them went down there to get those jobs.
Forgot about the squeegee girls.
Yeah, it's
And that's
crazy.
what he put
man.
his energy into. Think about that. That's what this motherfucker put his energy into. Squeegee Boys. The fuck.
He just got reelected, though. He just got reelected.
Yeah, I know. No, it
Responding in
works.
part,
Yeah.
saying, quote, one of my first initiatives after becoming mayor was to create the mayor's office of neighborhood safety and engagement. I will be sure to pass your thoughts and ideas along. Ending that letter with this.
I wish you the best.
Another slap in the face, if you will, for this victim.
You can tell that it's a automated response or whatever. She didn't give any thoughts or ideas. She was questioning him. So I just don't think that he really read it.
And as the mayor is set to start his youth curfew this weekend, the calls for juvenile accountability top of mind for this couple.
I'd like someone to be held.
It's always a new curfew.
Yeah, the curfews work, man. They work, you know. They listen. They're like, oh, man, I was going to rape somebody, but fuck, man, it's 10 o'clock. You can't go out there.
Yeah, I was gonna fuck this glider up, but man, it's 9:59.
Yeah.
Fuck, I got like 15
Oh, you know, and if they're in the, but see, it works so well that if it's like 9:59 and they're in the middle of fucking somebody up, once it strikes 10, they all stop. They just go home.
I think new guy in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I hope they get some sort of recompense for these goddamn proto-human savages.
The Squeegee Boys whooping Glider's ass 504 reunion and compensated for their hours lost.
Yo,
Yeah.
We need a fucking stop white hate bill, man.
Yeah,
and specifically targeted against niggas, bro. Because that's who's doing the white hate.
That fucking mayor probably has AI that reads those letters, looks for certain words, and just automatically sends back a letter.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got my ass beat. Beep.
Yeah, if the AI detects like, yo, so this black person assaulted me, that shit, like the AI responses to automatically like just say, yeah, my condolences, hope that doesn't happen in the future, and just keep that shit
We need
pushing.
more programs. Shit.
Thoughts and prayers.
If it's a white person, that's the automatic response is, oh shit, we gotta do an investigation. What's your address right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the AI will like learn to become racist pretty quickly, though. Don't you think? It'll start hating blacks.
The opposite. I think it'll be the opposite.
I'll tell you, if no, honestly though, if you made like completely honest neutral AI, that is not gonna happen. It would be like yeah,
Neutral
we
AI.
spotted the it'd be like draw me a picture of a threat in Philadelphia, and it would look like freaking Biggie Smalls, you know?
Human,
Be like,
I've run
okay.
the simulation 100
Younger.
times. Blacks are always the most criminal.
Younger than
I'm
Biggie
sorry.
Smalls.
I'm sorry, but the best AI mistake I ever saw was when there were two things that were funny as hell before these guys started getting and fucking around with the algorithms. One was when the Google Pictures thought black people were gorillas,
Yeah, I saw that
and
one.
the other one was when if you typed in "did a white person stole my bike," Google would autocorrect and say, "Did you mean a black person stole my bike?"
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to get rid of that shit. Now it just didn't give you anything when you typed it in. They just like got rid of that whole thing.
Privilege. We are so privileged. It doesn't make any sense, man. Shit. Wow. Yikes. Give me a city. The story I want to cover. Somebody got to mute themselves. The story I want to cover. I don't know if I can cover it here, man. It happened in Milwaukee. I might have to cover it on Rumble, man. That fucking hit and run caught on by the news cameras, man. I want to see if I can cover that.
Another one in Milwaukee?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Without a doubt. This ain't
A man involved in a crash that left one woman dead is now charged. 22-year-old Alvin Dickerson is charged with one felony count of knowingly operating while revoked, causing death. The crash happened earlier this month near 95th and Brown Deer. 31-year-old Kimberly Robinson was killed. Prosecutors say Robinson's car hit a tree, rolled over, and landed on a fence. They say another car was involved belonging to Dickerson, but he left the scene before police arrived. Dickerson was arrested later that same night.
Damn, son, just step off.
They truly are a scourge.
Just leave.
That's
They
putting it
truly-
light.
they truly
that's
are
putting it
just, like,
lightly,
the
to be
worst.
honest.
And he lived, right?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
He looked perfect. Like he just looked like a dude off the street, no scratches.
Yeah, he looked like a unscathed proto.
Police
Yeah.
chase ends in downtown Milwaukee this afternoon.
As our Bill Misson explains, the story behind it actually began several weeks ago. Bill joins us live with more. What'd you learn?
Yeah, Ted and Mary, Milwaukee police say that 41-year-old Stanley Smith Jr. was shot and killed in this fast food parking lot near 56th and North earlier this month. And now police say that the police chase of that SUV and arrests are connected to Smith's killing. It was a miles-long police chase that ended in downtown Milwaukee Tuesday at around 3:30. With 3 people arrested.
All I saw was 2 suspects being approached by an officer across in the garage, and then one other suspect being arrested at the corner of Wells and Milwaukee, and they took him into custody without any incident.
Milwaukee police say a 17-year-old boy, 18 and 19-year-old men were arrested. Police records show the 17-year-old was booked on a recommended charge of first-degree intentional homicide. That, police say, is connected to the death of 41-year-old Stanley Smith Jr. It was around 6:30 on May 5th that Milwaukee police say Smith was shot in a Taco Bell parking lot. He died at the scene despite people trying to save his life. At the time, police said they didn't know who was responsible. Well, fast forward to Tuesday, when a police chase of a white SUV wanted in the homicide ended near Milwaukee and Mason Streets in downtown Milwaukee.
All I heard was the sirens and then a bunch of police enter the area very quickly.
Here's video before the chase ended. Police blocked off roads around downtown near landmarks like the BMO Tower. Police say that.
So a 17-year-old is a murderer, man. I thank you, Caleb Webb. I'm about to show the people this now. This character he's got in his
comic.
Yeah, his comic. This character he's got. Let me see if I can. If I pull it up, I thought I pulled it up. Yeah, there it is, right there. Okay, why can't I click on it? Let me see. Here it is. Bada bing. I like it, man. Yeah, that's nice, man.
That's pretty good. You know,
wow.
You know, I wonder if in this comic world the Suns are also destroying society.
Of course they are. I mean, if it's realistic. Listen, man. My favorite show is Columbo, right? That's my favorite TV show. Columbo never did one fucking investigation on the Sunman murder. Every murder on Columbo was white. Every single one of them.
Right.
He's a detective in L.A. Columbo's a detective in Los Angeles.
A lot of the Sun People murder is not really complicated enough to fulfill the plot of Columbo, I don't think.
True indeed. But not one though.
That's so fucking. I always loved how First 48 though was the opposite. Like they were mainly black.
Yeah. Salute to this though. One thing I will say, man, my beard ain't nappy enough, man. That beard, that's good hair in the beard, man. That man got good hair, man. I'm a Sun man. I'm nappy, man. But yeah, man, I like it though. All jokes aside, man, this is awesome, man. I'm humbled by this, man. I'm humbled by that, man. Salute to Caleb West, man. Make sure you send me the link to this so we can make sure we promote it on the channel. This
comic strip.
I
wonder how into depth he goes with his comics because that's pretty good.
Yeah, man. Make sure you send that to me so I can promote it on the channel, man. Definitely.
You should do a story on that comic on the one Sun man that beat up the restaurant guy and threatened the pregnant lady. That'd be a good story for the comic. A good sidebar.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. But salute to you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you doing that, man. Nobody ever put me in a comic book before, man.
You can't say that anymore.
Nah, man. I'm definitely appreciate that, man. Salute to you, man.
Milwaukee police have one fewer reason to pursue a fleeing driver.
A recent policy change means officers can no longer chase mobile drug traffickers unless they are wanted in a major drug investigation.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. They're going to be like just mad dogs, wild, just running in the streets, and you can't do shit about it.
That's what encouraged them to flee, because think about it. If they can't pursue you if you flee,
yeah,
I'm fleeing crazy because it's like, all right, see, look, you can't chase me now. I'm swerving.
It's a get out of jail free.
Yeah. Wasn't there a mayor or a governor? I don't know if this passed or not, but she's trying to make it so that you can't use what you find in the car as evidence.
It's Kim Fox, I thought.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, man?
Where's this article? Where's this story from? Do you know?
It's Milwaukee. But here's the thing. This is all being done to lessen the Sunman prison population. And all it's going to do is increase it by emboldening them. You're just going to increase it.
Yeah, well, what's going to end up happening is these guys are just going to build up until they do something that you could put them in jail for. So
Exactly.
you're probably not going to change the crime. You're just going to make life worse for everybody and the same amount of criminals, only they're a little bit older now.
But at least in that case, they get to say, well, you know, it's less crime on the books because, you know,
That's
yeah,
another thing I think they're trying to see. When they kept racial statistics, when they started doing that, I think they thought, hey, all this stuff is going to backfire and we're going to be able to show like this racial discrimination or some shit that just showed like it just was worse for them. So they're trying to get rid of it. They're trying to stop getting racial statistics so you can't see that shit anymore.
Everyone can see it. You don't need no statistics. You just need eyeballs.
Yeah, it's like the same thing as when they in these schools when they try to change the criteria and the grading standards.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all to massage the reality of what's really going on, bro.
Yeah, you don't even need eyeballs, new guy. You don't even need eyeballs for this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they want to change the system so that you take the top 10% of every school into college. It's like, yeah, well, if I get on the fucking short bus, of course I'm going to be the smartest. Like, what the fuck?
But here's the thing, though.
You
What
know,
they end
like-
up doing is they end up sending sons to fucking schools that they're vastly unqualified for, and they all flunk out in the first semester.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you get such a high black dropout rate, because they send them to places they're not qualified. And even the smart ones, like even the ones that are in like the top 80th percent in math or something, you send them to fucking MIT, they're fucked. You know, like
Exactly. They flunk out the first semester. That's the thing about it that no one wants to talk about. They don't flunk out the second semester. These sons flunk out the first semester.
or they switch their major to something retarded like black studies.
Yeah, but even then, the work, because here's the thing you don't understand too about those schools. It's not necessarily the difficulty of the work, it's the load.
Yeah, the pace.
The volume, yeah.
The load, the workload, like you got assignments, and you don't get. Remember, sons are coming from schools where, now since like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, you don't have to turn your work in on time. As long as you turn it in by the end of the semester, you get credit for it.
Yeah, or if you color the circle green within the lines, you get an A.
Yeah,
You know,
and
that kind of
if you it's like illegal for them to like give a son man like a bad grade or something on a project unless like he gets a chance to redo it or some shit. Like you get like a redo, you get to do your assignment over again or some shit like that. They got now where if you get a bad grade, you get to do it over again, and then that second grade is the grade they keep, and all types of shit. Like even when I was in school, like the tests, I would get extra time. So they would give me extra time, like where it's like the test would be timed. So it's, you know what I'm saying, like maybe an hour or so or 15 minutes, whatever the class period was. But me as a son man, I would get extra time. So I could be in that joint until I was done, right?
You need to tell them, you need to tell them, like, I operate on CPT, so I start the test an hour later than everybody.
Yeah, so it's like all that is not going to be there with you when you get to the Ivy Leagues. So you basically you did whichever you did with all that shit helping you, and then you go to a place that's 1,000 times harder than that, and they don't give you none of that bullshit.
Right. Or just imagine if you get a job somewhere, like, and you have to produce.
So
like, you have to produce results, and you can't do it.
Yeah, you flunk out quick.
Milwaukee police have one fewer reason to pursue a fleeing driver.
A recent policy change means officers can no longer chase mobile drug traffickers unless they are wanted in a major drug investigation.
Ben Jordan is on our new specialty reporting team. We call it Lighthouse. As part of Lighthouse, Ben has investigated police pursuits and the dangers that go with them.
Tonight, Ben goes.
This policy change essentially applies to suspects fleeing police after hand-to-hand drug deals. This marks the Milwaukee Police Chief's first substantial pursuit policy change since he was authorized to set department policy last summer. In this 360 report, you'll hear from the mayor about why he supports the policy update. A state
I think we know what the mayor supports the policy.
We figured it out.
lawmaker reveals a change he believes the department should be making instead. The police chief shares whether he's open to more policy changes. But we start with the perspective of a man who's suffering because of a driver who fled police.
You could see his passion, you could see his change in demeanor, to just knew he had got it now. He was on his way.
It's an unbearable pain.
The son had just turned his life around. Who believes that?
Who fled police.
You could see his passion, you could see his change in demeanor, to just knew he had got it now. He was on his way.
It's an unbearable pain for Anthony Smith.
When you lose your child, you lose a part of you.
Having to celebrate his son's birthday at the cemetery by placing flowers and balloons at his grave.
This is what I'm left with because of something senseless.
Amari was driving home back in February when gas station surveillance video shows a man fleeing police run a red light at 20th and Burleigh and T-bone Amari's car.
I went numb.
Yeah, so his son, like, regardless of what his son was, he literally was just driving down the street.
Yeah, man. His dad said he had the passion, and I agree. Probably had a passion for crime, bro. He put his heart and soul in every carjacking, every robbery.
Yeah, we see through the coded language at this point.
Yeah, this guy, he was just riding down the street and this fucking son man T-boned him. And some men, when they're fleeing, the recklessness with which they flee is insane because it's like they just don't care.
It's just so brazen. It's just like you can't even comprehend it.
Yeah, man. You got to give a shout out to West. He just dropped 50.
Oh, word. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, salute to him. He said, you're basically saying that the Black Phantom is actually helping the Sun community by killing and targeting the criminal sons. Oh, okay. That's my role in the that's what my character's doing. Salute, man. Yeah, definitely, man.
The fucked up part is that no son is gonna see it that way reading it.
You could have
be like, yo, why you targeting all these criminals? You need to go worry about the white people.
You could have a powerful villain that goes around raising the souls of the innocent Black teens killed by police.
Yeah, bro. No son is every son is gonna miss the plot on that one, bro.
Oh yeah.
At 20th and Burleigh and T-bone Amari's car.
I went numb.
The fleeing driver tried to run away while.
Of course, they never get hurt. They never get hurt when they kill people. They always get out the car and run away. He's like sprinting, he's like you can clock him. And fucking NFL scouts are showing up to the jailhouse when they catch you. Like, yo, you got any interest in playing in the league? Or fucking college coaches are coming up to the jailhouse talking about some. You got any eligibility left? And he just killed somebody, like the person deader than dead. He just hops out the car, just runs a 4.240 down the street. Fucking insane, man.
I went numb.
The fleeing driver tried to run away while Amari died at the scene.
The anger that I feel is indescribable. The pain is indescribable.
Milwaukee police will pursue drivers for several different reasons, primarily reckless driving, violent felonies, carjackings, and refusing to stop. MPD's list used to include low-level drug dealing offenses, but the department did away with that specific reason to pursue last week. The change comes only a month after we expose an 89-mile Milwaukee police pursuit that was initiated for a hand-to-hand drug deal. When police finally arrested the suspect, police reports show all they found was a small amount of marijuana on him.
Yeah, because he tossed the rest out the window, you jacket. Yeah, these people are not street smart at all.
89 miles.
Damn.
89 miles. Like that's
Yeah, but
just that's
it's
insane.
But even if the guy only had that much weed, it's like the type of person that would do that should be behind bars.
No, Ock's right though. There's no way he had just that. He threw
No,
all
there
sorts of
isn't.
shit
Yeah,
out
I'm
the
sure he
window.
did. Yeah.
He's not
Yeah,
doing not
89
even for a
miles.
stunt man.
Yeah, he had 89 miles to throw to get the shit out.
He probably had a ratchet in there with him, probably some other type of shit in there.
Yeah, man. I mean, just think about this, man. Like that's a great point that Soul made. The fact that that guy who did that, the charge, that's the charge that gets dropped almost all the time. Fleeing, eluding police gets dropped. Like when you go to court, I say you rob somebody or you kill somebody, they drop that charge and charge you with the big shit. So this guy did all of that, caused all these resources for a charge that gets dropped 99% of the time. It's just insane, man.
Police reports show all they found was a small amount of marijuana on him. Mayor Cavalier Johnson tells me he supports the policy shift.
They have to balance public safety and restraint with these pursuits. And the police officers in the Milwaukee Police Department, they do that on a constant basis. They do that, working to make sure that there is a proper balance.
MPD data shows less than 5% of all police chases in Milwaukee are initiated because of mobile drug dealing. That totals up to a few more than 300 pursuits over the past 6 years.
And I think the police department is doing the right thing here.
The change adjusts a policy put in place back in 2017 in response to concerns at the time about a surge of hand-to-hand drug deals in the community.
It just gives one more win to the bad guys, sadly.
State Representative Bob Donovan says Republican lawmakers made a point last summer to take policy decisions away from the Fire and Police Commission and give that power to the chief. Donovan doesn't think Milwaukee police should be taking away reasons to chase. Instead, he believes MPD should add a tool to force drivers to stop. Pit maneuvers.
I've seen these chases go for miles and miles and miles. Come on, put an end to it. Many of our suburban departments, Waukesha sheriffs, and all of these departments allow this, train for this. I think it's high time Milwaukee does the same.
About a month ago, I sat down with Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman. We talked about police pursuits, department policies, and the potential for new intervention tactics.
Those other particular maneuvers come with dangers, and we've seen those particular situations, especially if you pit or you have somebody try to box in, you're putting yourself in close proximity to the particular driver. And we all know that many drivers are armed and dangerous in regards to some of the situations we have. So we have to be very careful.
Currently, the only intervention tactic Milwaukee officers are authorized to use are stop sticks. MPD data shows they are deployed in just 7% of chases.
I'm always open to any particular type of safe methodologies or tools, but it comes at a cost. And also that we need to make sure that it has the proper training and also the proper funding for it.
At the end of the day, MPD's policies on whether to chase have real-world impacts, as Anthony and his family will attest.
I don't want his death to be in vain. I don't want how I feel to go unnoticed.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.
Man, what the fuck, man? What about all the people you put in danger?
Yeah, when a parent loses a kid, they sometimes do shit just to like, their logic is just fucked. It's fucked.
Man, I might have to go to Rumble in like 2, man, because I can't do. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this story on.
Milwaukee Public Schools is hosting a community input meeting today as the district continues searching for feedback on its strategic plan.
Gerald Adams is one of 2 fathers Sydney Orr spoke with ahead of tonight's meeting. She's live this morning outside Rufus King High School with what he had to say. Sydney, good morning.
Good morning. The Milwaukee Public School District is asking its community members for feedback as they look to make plans for their long-range facilities master plan. I'm here at Rufus King because this is where that meeting will be held later tonight in it is actually just where I met Gerald Adams, a little bit across the street here. Milwaukee Public Schools is conducting a study of its buildings and how they meet the needs of students and community members. Gerald
programs.
When we get the stats, wow, how come, we need to like really crack down on like the stats of how effective any of this shit is, bro.
Not at all. It's not at all effective, man.
Zero.
I've been
The way they preach them, it's like, bro, we should be able to have clear, demonstrable evidence that this shit actually works, bro.
Yeah,
If they did, like we'd have like whoever could successfully implement a program that could like close the IQ gap permanently by just like 2 points would win a fucking Nobel Prize.
Right.
We would know about
but they even when they get the statistics that doesn't work, it don't matter. It doesn't stop. It's too much pay. Like it's like Head Start. They've already proven that Head Start doesn't do shit. They won't stop it because of the money in it. So
Yeah, the most I've seen is like these types of programs, in particular for IQ, they can like close the gap very, very early in life, but then it slowly reverts back, and it's not even clear if that's just like an artifact of like the testing for IQ isn't even very good at a young age, and it's not even accurate in the first place. So it's just all bullshit.
I've read that as well. That early on people start fairly equal.
Yeah, man. It's fixed. It's fixed.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it, man.
Denying the gap won't make it go away.
Oh yeah, there's one video that I can show you before I go over to yeah, facts, man. Oh, okay, here goes some. Okay, we got some stuff, man. Here we go.
New at 11, a police officer is on the wrong side of the law, accused of driving drunk and assaulting an officer. That's according to Hampton Police. That officer, Carmen Johnson, is facing multiple charges tonight.
What the hell?
What?
That's a tranny, bro.
Yo, that's a tranny.
Yeah.
Straight up.
It's gotta
Or
be.
it's the sister. Or it's just the sister.
Yeah, it could be. It could just be like a dark butt, but I think it's a tranny.
New at 11, a police officer is on the wrong side of the law, accused of driving drunk and assaulting an officer. That's according to Hampton Police. That officer, Carmen Johnson, is facing multiple charges tonight. Marta Berglund has more on what police say happened and Johnson's future in law enforcement.
Well, the officers that pulled Carmen Johnson over say this all started when she almost hit a cop that had pulled over a different car in Hampton. They say she sped away when they tried to stop her.
Hampton Police charged Portsmouth police officer Carmen Johnson with reckless driving, driving while intoxicated first offense, failure to yield to an emergency vehicle, and assault of a law enforcement officer. The charges stem from an incident late Saturday night near Interstate 64 and North Mallory Street. The officers that stopped Johnson say she sped past a separate traffic stop. When they tried to stop her, police say she hit speeds of over 100 miles per hour. When Johnson did pull over, police records state she had glassy eyes and was slurring her words. She allegedly told police she was driving from Norfolk after having one drink. Detectives say they found an open alcohol container in her car and a cup of apparent alcohol thrown in the back seat. The officers wrote in a police report Johnson's blood alcohol content was 0.09. That criminal complaint does not outline why police charged Johnson with battery of an officer, but a Hampton police spokesperson told 13 News Now, quote, during the arrest, an HPD officer was assaulted. Johnson is out on bond, but will appear in court on Wednesday.
And as for the future of her law enforcement career, the Portsmouth Police Department said they're working on an internal investigation, and Johnson is working a non-law enforcement administrative position. Marta Berglund, 13 News Now.
Now to a Fox 5 exclusive. A Charlotte woman shot at a Buckhead club in a deadly Mother's Day shooting speaks publicly for the first time. The 24-year-old came to Atlanta to celebrate a friend's birthday party when gunfire erupted and 2 people were killed. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from Grady Memorial Hospital, where the victim was released this afternoon. Angelique?
Good afternoon, Courtney. Well, Lauren Moore says her world has been turned upside down. She said she was actually shot in both of her legs and she'll have to now learn how to walk again. She says this whole thing is so ironic because she came to Atlanta to celebrate and have fun.
Atlanta police say bullets started flying at the 1145 Lounge on Peachtree Road in Buckhead in the early morning hours of Mother's Day. 6 people got shot, 2 of them were killed. Lauren Moore, who is a bus driver and bartender in Charlotte, is thankful her life was spared. But she says she will never forget being shot in both legs.
Everything was leaving out of me. I just had to fight. All I said was I had to be here for my mom, my siblings, and my friends. And I just kept on fighting. If I didn't fight, I probably wouldn't be here.
Moore underwent 2 leg surgeries and 2 blood transfusions at Grady.
I'm in a city that I don't live in. I just came to enjoy myself for the weekend, and then this happens.
She is concerned now about beginning nursing school next month because she can no longer work her 2 jobs.
I was actually working 2 jobs so I can cover my nursing school. I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm going to figure it out.
Her attorney.
Yeah, because you ain't going to get no GoFundMe because it was some sons that shot your ass. Your GoFundMe going to be fucking... She better be realistic for what she asked for. Maybe 10,000. Ask for 10,000. Hope you get it. You ain't getting no big sum like if a cop or a white person did something to you.
I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm going to figure it out.
Her attorney, Terrence Madden, says the city should crack down on club owners like 1145.
Look at this scene, though. Look at that. Look at this scene. It's just her, this guy, and this person. If she had been, if a white dude had fucking called her the N-word, man, it would be fucking 20 people right here standing right.
The city should crack down on club owners like 1145 who do not have adequate security to operate.
If you're going to run a place where you're entrusted with someone's health and welfare, and you put security that will allow somebody to have guns when you already have a bad record, that's just not something the city of Atlanta can stand.
Now, we checked with Atlanta police today. They have made no arrests in this deadly shooting. Lauren's GoFundMe page will be on our Fox 5 website as she attempts to pay for nursing school. And the club owners put a statement on their social media that says, in part, the safety and well-being of our patrons and staff have always been our paramount concern. We are live at Grady Memorial Hospital. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5.
What a horrifying experience for somebody just visiting our city. Angelique, thanks.
I can't believe this has happened to my son. It's like a parent's worst nightmare.
A devastated mother speaking out tonight on the deadly shooting of her teenage son at a carnival in Delaware. As police continue to search for the gunman, the family is searching for closure.
And it started this shit. Carnival season. Shooting niggas at carnivals.
Tuesday night, and the big story on Action News is the new information into the murder of 16-year-old Zykeer Flowers. He was shot 10 days ago at a carnival outside of the Concord Mall in Wilmington. Tonight, police are hoping a substantial reward will help in the search for his killer. Action News reporter Charles Watson is live in Wilmington now with the full story. Charles.
Yeah, hey, Rick, I spoke to the mother, Zykeer Flowers, who says she's still in shock over her son's tragic murder more than a week ago. Tonight, the grieving mother is pleading with her son's killer to come forward and do the right thing.
I can't believe this has happened to my son. It's like a parent's worst nightmare.
Octavia Flowers says she hears about gun violence in Wilmington often, but never expected her 16-year-old son, Zykeer Flowers, would...
Wait a second. She hears about gun violence in Wilmington often, but never expected her.
But that's like the son logic, right? It's like all my children can be murderers, but like it would be impossible to imagine like me getting killed or one of them getting killed. It's just the sun mind.
This has happened to my son. It's like a parent's worst nightmare.
Octavia Flowers says she hears about gun violence in Wilmington often, but never expected her 16-year-old son, Zakir Flowers, would fall victim to it nearly 3 years after her fiance was killed.
And my child
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it can't be changed. It can't really be changed. It's just not gonna work out like that.
No pattern recognition.
Like if we were on year like 10 of this shit, I'd be like, no, we can change it. But we're on like year 401 of this. So it's not really gonna change.
And listen, man, I will say this. This woman right here, the trauma she's going through, man. Like, just think about, like, if she was human, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
If she wasn't a proto.
If she was human, she would be like, that's a lot to deal with, man. You know what I'm saying?
If she could fully experience the full spectrum of emotions.
Yeah, if her abstract thinking was.
Yeah. But it protects her. Think about how lucky she is to not have
It's
that.
true. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it is a double-edged sword. But on this edge of the sword, like
she'll do all right.
Yeah, the man she was about, the man who she was wanted to marry was killed before they had a chance to get married. Then her 16-year-old son is killed 3 years later. I mean, these dudes aren't like died. They didn't die of COVID or some shit like that. These dudes were murdered. Her son was killed at a carnival. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like this shit may, if she was a glider, it may have caused the glider to commit suicide over it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So it's a double-edged sword, but she's gonna get through this because like she's already fucking over it, let's be honest. Like
Yeah,
she's already over it.
Yeah, she's already on to the next thing, bro.
Yeah, like I'm not even trying to be like blatantly racist or anything, but I can't help but notice like in these interviews, like they don't seem as upset most of the time as you would expect from a glider person. They just don't.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this though, man. Like most moms on here, when I see them, regardless of race, they're I always expect more. I expect more. I expect, them to be more upset than they are. But yeah, sons kind of get over it more. The thing about sons, we have two different scenarios with sons. So we have sons when it's a white person or it's a cop, and then it's falling out.
Right, right. Yeah, they go mammy mode.
And faking this shit, and got to be held up, and
all that bullshit.
I thought we were past this as a country.
Yeah. So it's like we have two, so you can kind of get confused, you know what I'm saying, with sons. But when it's a son that killed their loved one, yeah, it's usually like, like it's almost as if like they, you know what I'm saying, like they went to a restaurant and the food took too long. It's like kind of like that type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me revise maybe my statement a bit. It's like, okay, maybe like gliders aren't necessarily like more emotional in these like TV interviews because, like a lot of the time you're right. Like most people are not as emotional as you'd expect. However, the difference to me seems is like when you have these interviews, like just the words and the thoughts that the gliders express, like make it seem like they understand the possible consequences that could have led to these actions that lead to these events happening. Whereas the sons, they're just like, why is this happening? They don't seem to like understand that, like, yo, if your kid's a drug dealer, he might get killed.
Yeah, the gliders seem a little more dead on the inside.
And they
Yeah.
also thank the fucking police and the surrounding society for cleaning up the mess too.
Sometimes they even apologize to everybody else.
Right. Yeah, true. Yeah, they apologize. That too.
My child lost his life. Like one of the worst phone calls you could ever get.
That call came on the night of May 11th after Octavia says Zakir went with friends to have some fun at Lead Fest, an anti-violence carnival in the parking lot of Concord
It
Mall.
was an anti-violence
Oh
carnival.
my
you already
God.
know. You already know.
The irony.
Oh my God, an anti-violence carnival.
Nah, she'll get over it. She's gonna be good. She's gonna be good. Don't worry about it.
According to Delaware State Police, a fight broke out between several people near the entrance of the carnival. An unknown individual pulled a gun and fired several shots, hitting Zakir and another 17-year-old victim. Both were rushed to Christiana Hospital, where the 17-year-old victim, while seriously injured, survived.
No kid deserved this to happen to him, but it's like, why me?
His mother tells Action News she had just spoken to the 16-year-old about recording a Mother's Day video for his grandmother. She says Zakir, an aspiring sports entertainment lawyer, was someone who was always willing to do whatever he could to put a smile on the faces of others. And he had big plans like any other teen his age as he looked ahead to his junior year in high school.
Just got his ID about a month ago. You would have thought it was a license. He was so excited. Like, he just was a different kid. Like, everybody loves I.
Making it even harder for Octavia to comprehend the 16-year-old's unexpected death. She has this message for Zakir's killer.
If you see this and you're out there, just turn yourself in.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, and the family tells me a funeral service will be held for Zakir in the coming days. Delaware Crime Stoppers is now offering a $5,000 reward for anyone with information leading to an arrest in this case. If you have any,
Yo, let's all go over to Rumble, man. Rumble, so I can do this story.
Yeah, man.
Good.
So when you got a carnival full of black people, man, every one of them workers has to be ready. I mean, even the fucking clowns, man. Like, instead of having a bottle of seltzer water, it needs to be mace so they can spray some crazy black dude.
Yeah, no,
Got
for real.
to. You know, like,
You never know. You never know. One of these suns is just gonna erupt and just be belligerent and destroy some shit.
but you know what was so funny? You remember the whole Disneyland thing? I remember when that went around, everybody was like, oh my gosh, this happened at Disneyland. And I'm like, dude, this is just an average day. Like, this is just like sun people fighting. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
they're acting like they never saw like a black person chimp out before.
Yeah, and they were like, oh my god. I was like, this is relatively mild.
This is America.
Yeah.
Everybody over to Rumble, man. Rumble, I'm about to do the main event story on Rumble, man. Salute to everybody. See you over on Rumble.